Hello everyone, welcome to our first show of our sport channel, Red Star Zone, dedicated to Red Star Belgrade Football Club. My name is Dusan and welcome and join us. We'll be talking about the latest games Red Star played against Partizan Belgrade and Bayern Munich in Champions League. To start first with last derby, the Red Star played against Partizan Belgrade. Uh, I would start with the game itself that is completely unwatchable regarding Red Star. Um, I never seen like Red Star playing like that. They haven't had a shot on target, and I think that never happened in the history of Red Star playing any game. Also, I would like to say that I was expecting more of from our players to show more fighting spirit and more resilience and dedications to the team and to the game. But I haven't seen any of it. I have to say that I've been like to many derby matches in the past, and this is the one I watched on television after a long time, and I was very disappointed. And I think that at this moment, uh, style of play that we have is very decadent, and Red Star never played a game like that. We were always known for attacking football from the past and big teams Red Star had. I myself like watch Red Star, start watching since I was kid and start going to the stadium when I was 7, 8 years old and going to the ultra stand on North Stand where the most hardcore fans going, and uh, I been to many big games in the past in Europe that Red Star played, and as well as former Yugoslavia. I've been to many away games, and like I never seen Red Star playing like defensively and trying to counter, but without quality players. That's almost impossible. At this moment, Red Star doesn't have players for that, and I think that whatever we show in the future, I don't think it will be enough for fans to be satisfied and entertained, because that's the that's the ultimate goal of every team to play for the fans. And I understand that many of the players that we have now are just not good enough for the team, and but also that's a problem of our front office and management, bringing those players that are not on the level and reputation Red Star have and used to have in the past with big teams that we had. Uh, I have to say that we played many big European games against the biggest clubs in the world, and amongst the Real Madrid, Barcelona, Milan, Liverpool, Manchester United, and so on. Bayern Munich, of course, and I have to say that we always played attacking football and played to win. I've been to many of those games, and I was happy to witness some great results that we had, and success. Obviously, we had in the past in European competition, and of course on domestic front in former Yugoslavia and now Serbian league. But I think that latest couple of years that we managed to qualify in the Champions League is. Is success for the club, looking for the past 2 decades, I would say, that we missed on a big stage, and that's definitely success. But I must say that the way we accomplished that was playing against really low teams, low quality teams, and we struggle against those teams. In the past, we would be playing like very superior against those teams, and now we play on the level and sometimes below the level. Like when we go away to clubs like Suduva, Helsinki, Copenhagen, you just don't want to see your team like Red Star play like defensively and then keeping result, trying to counter, sitting back. No, you want to press from the beginning, show desire to attack and then play some fast-paced football. As I said a little bit earlier, we definitely lack players for that type of style of play, but I think that's still manageable because in the last few years, Red Star um, uh, earned money through qualifications for the Champions League, and we had some couple of good results that quote unquote some would say, but I don't think necessarily they're like exceptional results for the level of reputation of Red Star, because when we play those teams at home, you just expect Red Star to attack and then have a good results, to score goals, to be on a front foot, to press teams and then keep them at bay, and not to defend and try to counter attack. And whatever we do, if we score, if not, if we manage to keep draw, that's excellent. And I don't think it's acceptable for the reputation of Red Star Belgrade, because if you think the past, like Red Star won Champions League, won the World Club competition, being the world champion, and managed to play finals in now Europa League, but that back then was UEFA Cup, and also like advanced to the latter stages of the Champions League. Um, I have two tendencies to bring the past back, because that's the criteria the club established, and we don't want to watch our team struggle and play like some mediocre football and then be in the dark like for so long, and then when we manage to qualify for the big competition, we are very happy, and then we're gonna go there and gonna lose big time against likes of Paris Saint-Germain and Napoli, Bayern Munich, and I don't know, like next game we are playing is Olympiacos, but after that we're playing Tottenham, which I really don't have any hopes getting some decent result. And when we spoke about these results, that's obviously some wins, like 3 points win at home, and if you lose away, it's okay. It's not okay, but it's acceptable considering the strength of the Tottenham Hotspur now, being a finalist of Champions League last year and being the competing in top four in Premier League. So I want to say that I want Red Star to play exciting football, and also to show courage and attack, and more exciting football, excitement. The fast pace. Like sometimes I think that our players don't have a strength to physically to sustain the 90 minutes of the game. Our level drops big time, and then therefore like we cannot expect the team to manage some good results. I don't know if that's the physical condition of the players, and the way that they're doing the fitness trainings in the club, but I can assure you that like in the past we had really strong and powerful teams with great physical abilities, that they ran like full 90 minutes at the highest tempo, like we played against Bayern Munich in semi-final of the European Champions Cup, now Champions League, and we won over there like 2-1. But if you watch that game, I attended that game live, and then we just really played exciting, fast-paced, attacking football. and we were down 1-0, and so to from 1-0 down away at Bayern Munich, we came out like as a 2-1 victors in that game. So if you think about like teams now that played against Bayern Munich at the first game in the Champions League this season, I would never expect that to happen, and because once we conceded the first goal, I knew I could shut down the TV and then just like walk away, and then like at the end I could just confirm that we lost that game, and so what's tragical about the current state of football in general in Serbia is that like we don't have strong league, and then therefore like we had before in former Yugoslavia, we had like big teams like Dinamo Zagreb, Hajduk, Split, Partizan Belgrade obviously, and we had that's the top four teams, and then we had like very strong other teams like from Bosnia like Sarajevo and Velej, and also we had like Rijeka in Croatia. That was all like tough away games, and you wouldn't expect like to go there and get results, and therefore like we had like strong teams that competed like very very favorably in the European competitions. Partizan also played Champions League final in 1966 against Real Madrid, lost the game. But I just wanted to say to you that like back then in past, like we had really strong league and strong teams, and I don't bring the compare now the leagues that we have now as the main reason that we struggle, because if you look the counter neighbors, Croatia, and then the national team, they played World Cup final, and also the Dinamo Zagreb, they're playing like very strong in Champions League. First game like beating Atalanta for with 4-0. That was exceptional result, and I wish like we have something like that, and I really don't expect anything like that to happen. I think we deserve better team, better play, better tactics, more attacking style, more fast pace, and then therefore like especially at home, and therefore like I think we'll gain more popularity in Europe and world. Because back then we were very well known and popular, but then we just went down during the 90s, and which was understandable. But like beginning of new millennia, like we disappeared, and like everybody forgot about us. So I think that for the future, first thing is that we have to really establish the new style of play that it's required for the reputation of a club like Red Star Belgrade, and we'll start from there. And also like it's important to keep the core players, like 4 or 5 players, good quality players in the team, and then build around those players. But we just switching players like every year on every year basis. Like players come, players go. We try to keep them for a year or two, maybe gain some price on their price tag, and then sell them to some little bit quote unquote bigger clubs, but not necessarily. Just for financial benefits of the club, and I don't think that was ever the politics of Red Star Belgrade. Yes, we were bringing players, but we were bringing like top quality players back then, former Yugoslavia, and then we had like I think was our first foreigner ever, Miodrag Belodedic, that won the European Champions Cup, no Champions League with Steaua. And it was like one integral part of that team that won the Champions League in 1991. But we also brought some like top players from former Yugoslavian league, and we had a really strong strong core that was competing like in a span of like 4, 5, 6 years, which is now totally uh, it's just that non-existent. We had very strong academy, and we were bringing players for academy and establishing them, and they were playing for certain period of years, and then like something like Ajax does for obviously throughout their history, very well known for producing the top talent and top players, and obviously played in the biggest clubs in Europe. So we had something like that in the past, and we somehow I don't know, shoved that under the carpet and forgot about it, and then we started kind of bringing some very questionable talent players, and then it's just it just stressed to watch like teams struggle with the players that basically like nobody knows who they are, and then they're coming from some not well small clubs, and then they just announced in the Red Star as we brought the strong players, and then we reinforce our team like with strong quality players, and I just don't know like that it is the truth, because it's not. So this player that we have, it's not good enough for the team. It's not good enough for the reputation of Red Star Belgrade Football Club, and I wish our front office management and also our manager address that, and bring at least 1 or 2 top player. For that, I understand you need results, and maybe you need a little bit more money. But instead of bringing like 6, 7 players that are questionable and really not fitting in the team, and not on the level of Red Star Belgrade, I would prefer that we bring like 1 or 2 really good players, established and known in the world of football. Obviously, coming to the big club like Red Star, that will be also benefit for them as well. And also before, like we established the cycle plans for the club, like when our goals and targets, where we want to be in 5 years, what we want to achieve. I don't think we have now like anything of that. We just trying to qualify for the Champions League, and that's our biggest target and our biggest goal, just to qualify. I have to mention that we also qualified last year, beating Salzburg, and Salzburg, and this year Salzburg managed to qualify the Champions League first after I think 19 or 20 years or something like that. But like they won first game 6-2 at home, yes. But like I watched the highlights of that game. Like they were playing like out of their minds. They were just like attacking like crazy, and they're scoring just like that, and it's just like I was like, oh my God, like why can't we play like that? Like why we managed to draw with them in Salzburg 2-2, and that's why we qualified. Like, we didn't beat them in 2 games, but that was qualified. That was announced as a like big success for Red Star, like, which I don't think it is. I would like to see the Red Star beating those teams like Copenhagen, not qualified through penalties and something like that. So like I just want to give it time now and see how we're gonna play Next game in Champions League, because we are playing Olympiacos, our brotherhood club. But regardless of that, uh, I watched the game. They played against Tottenham in Athens, and they played amazing. They were 2-0 down, but they were like better for the money on that day, and just like they managed to score 2 goals, and they got a draw. But I think they deserve to win that game even. And I think that's gonna be a very tough test for Red Star to get the third place in the group and qualify for the Europa League, which we were aiming after we saw the draw. But it will be really tough, and I hope that we'll be able to manage to get the third spot in the group, but I highly doubt. I wish the players prove me wrong, and I would like to see like better display against Olympiacos in Belgrade the next game, and I'm really looking forward to see how we're gonna play. Next game we have in Serbian Super League against Voždovac, and also like in recent years some smaller club from Belgrade, part of Belgrade, who trying to compete for the top 4 or 5 place in the Serbian Super League, and we'll see how players going to respond after terrible and unacceptable disastrous game in derby against Partizan Belgrade. So looking forward to those matches that are coming up, and hopefully you give us a comment, support our channel, and show, and looking forward to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We are new and in the that world of sport channels on YouTube, but we'll try to be quality and to give and offer good content to the viewers and to the fans, and just give us your opinion and thoughts. What do you think, how we are doing, and what would you like to have on our channel and to discuss. And we, as I said in our announcement, that we won't be limited to Red Star Belgrade Football Club, but we'll be talking about other teams in Champions League in our group, like Bayern Munich, Tottenham Hotspur, Olympiacos, and obviously if we progress, then further down the road about other clubs. And also we'll be talking about clubs that are playing in the Serbian Super League against Red Star Belgrade in the upcoming matches. So that's it for now. Looking forward to hear from you, and looking forward to our next show. Have a good day, and enjoy, and don't forget, Red Star is life, everything else are trifles. See you soon. Bye.